Do sinkholes and light rail construction go together? Officials in the city of Montreal are trying to find out. It's time for another episode of Bells and Whistles. Hello everyone, Bill Wilson, Editor-in-Chief of Railway Track and Structures Magazine, with a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending September 10th. The U.S. District Court in Seattle convicted a woman on September 9th who used shunts on BNSF railroad tracks near Bellingham, Washington. Ellen Reich was accused of having materials for shunts, which are devices that interfere with the signal system between a train and the tracks near railroad tracks on November 28, 2020. Reich could receive a 20-year prison sentence for what the court called violence against a railroad carrier. The sentence hearing has been scheduled for December 17th. A group against the construction of a natural gas pipeline across British Columbia has been accused of attempting to disrupt rail lines, with shunts serving as the main weapon. Engineers were expected to return to the site of a fire in Sacramento, California, to check the structural integrity of a transit bridge. The fire happened in a homeless encampment underneath the transit span on Roosevelt Road in the early morning hours of September 8th. Light rail operations were suspended because of concern over the rail and the bridge itself. Engineers thought the tracks could be warped, and firefighters saw pieces of concrete fall from the twin bridges during the fire. The other span carries Tri-Stations Road. Inspectors said they would return to check for any long-term damage to the spans. During a recent interview, the CEO of the Texas Central High-Speed Rail Project did not shed much light on progress. Instead, there appears to be some fog developing. Carlos Aguilar, CEO of Texas Central, was recently interviewed on the Y'all-itics podcast and said a lot is depending on the passage of the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. He also was not sure ground would be broken in the next 6 months, even though the target start date all along has been the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022. The total cost will be $24 billion, but Aguilar is hoping $12 billion in federal loans can be secured for the private venture project. Aguilar added that it is ambitious to think construction will begin in the next 6 months. Birdwatchers in Montreal are regretting that the Rousseau Express Metropolitan ever got off the ground. A group of them, along with other nature enthusiasts, are blaming the light rail project for destroying the green space between highways 40 and 20, which is called Technopark. Over the last few months, the Heron Pond wetlands have dried out and sinkholes are appearing everywhere. REM officials have admitted that tunnel boring machines paired with soil composition could be behind the sinkholes, but an investigation showed there was no relation between the two at Technopark. Well, that's a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending September 10th. For the latest news, go to www.rtnds.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great weekend, everyone.